Do you have a 2021 Toyota Corolla Nightshade? Do you need to test and replace a front headlight or need to know how to take off the front bumper? Well, you just landed on the right video. Here we have a client with a blown headlight and with a few options on how to proceed. Option 1, we can remove the headlight and open it up and replace the LED and reseal the headlight and reinstall it. Option 2, we can replace it with the same third-party headlight that it has today, but it is under suspicion for being the reason that this failure is happening. Option 3, we can replace it with a Toyota certified OEM headlight, which is the recommendation from the dealer who diagnosed this. The customer has asked us to go ahead with option 3. They want the whole headlamp replaced and they're willing to pay the extra cost. Now, before we start, we need to verify power, continuity, and some basic tests. Please note that as a DIYer, this is more on the advanced side, and there's some risk to be taken while doing some of this work. Also, stay till the end so you can see the final result of what happened with this repair, because there were some complications. Here we go. We've got the lights on. Light is on right there. That's working. Come over here. Light's dead. Now, the first thing we should verify are the fuses, and there are 2 fuses in the engine compartment. So open up your hood and you're going to go to this side of the engine where you'll notice there's a fuse box right there. And let's go ahead and remove that cover. And we'll see that there are 2 10-amp fuses right here. Let me share this easy to read fuse diagram with you. Notice the 2 red 10-amp fuses. The top fuse protects the left headlight. The bottom fuse protects the right headlight. And you can see that here in the diagram posted underneath the cover. Now let's do some testing. Please know that the best way to test these headlights is with a back probe kit. With the kit in hand, here's what you should be looking for. The car is on, the lights are on. You should be measuring from pin 2 to pin 4 and pin 3 to pin 4. And you should see a 0.3 voltage drop with the lights on. You could also do a ground integrity test, measuring pin 4 to the battery negative. Anything less than a 0.1 volt change is good. Anything above that, you have an issue. Now let's assume you're the typical DIYer and you don't have a back probe kit. All you have is a meter. Here's some basic testing you can do to verify that your engine's harness is supplying the right voltages to the headlamp. With only using our meter, we can do some limited testing that will give us some good information. Now go ahead and place your car on and place your lights on. Place your meter settings to DC and grab your black lead from the meter and place it on pin 4 of the engine harness. Then go ahead and grab your red lead of the meter and place it on pin 1. You should see anything between 3.5 volts to 6 volts. Next, we go ahead and check the main power on pin 2. So go ahead and grab your red lead and move it to pin 2. You should see anything between 12 volts and 14 volts. Let's go ahead and move that red lead again and move it to pin 3. You should again see 12 volts to 14 volts. What we learn here is that the correct voltages are being sent to the headlight and that there are no shorts at the moment. For many DIYers, this is as far as you may want to go, and if that is enough for you to determine that the LED headlight is the reason for the failure, and if you decide to replace it, don't worry, I'm here to show you how to go ahead and remove that bumper, replace the headlight, and put it all back together again. I would like to add that you may want to do further in-depth testing so that you don't have any surprises down the line after your repair is completed, or you may even want to consider paying a shop to diagnose it professionally. Now, before we start, here are the tools you're going to need. 10mm socket, a ratchet, and whatever you like to use to take off body clips on a car. All right, to remove this bumper, we're going to start from the top down. And here at the top, inside the engine, we've got a bunch of these little guys that have to come out. This guy right here, that guy right there, these plastic fasteners. We're going to take that one off right there, this one, this one, this one, and then this one. And then we should be able to reveal the sensor that's going to be underneath here and some screws, hopefully, so we can take this bumper off. And then we're going to work underneath because we got to go under the wheel wells to do some of that work. This is where a small flathead screwdriver just like this, or slotted screwdriver like this, is going to be awesome. This is a technical screwdriver. Just go underneath that plastic and pop it up, and they come right out without damage. So make sure you do it that way so you don't have to replace these. Believe it or not, they're pretty expensive. Okay, comes right off just like that. Now there's going to be some type of circuitry here that I'm expecting, and there you go. There it is. There's some type of connector here. We're going to just press down and pull out. All right, you're going to have two snaps here, one here, one here. Then up here, you have one of these little push pin guys. Use a flathead screwdriver, bring that guy down, and pull them out just like that. Coming underneath the car, here are all the fasteners that you're going to run into. That one right there is right in front of the tire. That's the one that you need to take out there. Then you have this one right there. And then as you go along, you'll run into that one right there. And then you got that one right there. And it's mirrored on the other side. They're all 10 millimeter. Looks like I forgot two of the fasteners up on top. Let me show you which ones I forgot. These two right here. This one right there. And then as you go this way, this one right there. Looks like I forgot one other fastener. That is this fastener right here. And then there's some type of weird connector down there. Kind of holds it. See it right there? You're gonna have to lift that lip up and pull out. Let's see if it comes out now. That did the trick. Now we can get to this lamp here. Now we've got a few bolts or fasteners that we need to take off here. Let me go ahead and show you those. We go right over here. You'll notice you've got one right there. Then you've got one right here. And then you've got one right up on the top there. There's another fastener hiding here. And we did have to take off the bumper to get to it. It's right there.
All of this has been 10 millimeter. Pretty darn sweet, actually.
Okay guys, there's going to be a lot of wiggling and careful wiggling. So just make sure that you wiggle carefully so you don't break anything. And you want to make sure that these parts align right here. You see that? How this, I wish this was more centered, but that's basically what you want to get to. You'll notice up here, that guy right there, see how he's in there? Then you've got one down here. See how he's centered? And then you've got these guys right here. You want to make sure you wiggle all of this and move the light up and down until that right there is flush. Okay, we're not going to tighten everything all the way down. We're going to take this a few turns back, and then we're going to put in the others. Let's get this one started here. Remember, we're going to bring this back a few. Now we're going to go to this guy. We've got the one that's in there, just like that. We're going to start it by hand, and then we're going to get it going. We're going to go ahead and double, triple check our connections and make sure that the turn signal bulb has been added. That is right in here, kind of hidden down there. Now we're going to go ahead and make sure that it's aligned correctly as best we can. And it looks right to me. So now we're going to go ahead and finish fastening everything down and get it all tightened up and make sure we clean our fingerprints off of there. So there's no need to go too tight on these fasteners. Just make sure that they're down where they need to be. You're not holding the car up or anything, so they don't have to be tightened down with any type of maximum strength. Now we're going to go ahead and make sure we wipe this headlight down. Now we can go ahead and hang this front bumper. And you want to be really careful because this has got a paint job on it.
That's all you gotta do here. Be gentle, take your time with it.
There are some specific places where these get clipped into, and I mean the front bumper, right? There is this spot right here that you want to go over, and then there's like this clip right here. You'll see it right there. That's the bumper clipping into the headlight. You got that connector right there that's going to grab it. You got where it hangs right up above on that bracket. And then as you slide this way again, you have another spot where it clips into. Then you have to battle the sides a little bit, but that you already know. So just keep wiggling and get it there. Don't force it. Nothing here needs a lot of strength. Everything has to be nice and soft and careful. And it's just like building models. There's something on the new light that you have to transfer over, and that's this guy right here. It's going to look like this, and you just need to put them in there. So we should have done that before, but we can do it right now before we continue putting this on there. Right there. All right, make sure you don't forget the connector that's down here. It's this guy right here. Now let's go ahead and add this fastener right there. I'm going to add that one right there, and we're going to add that one right there. Now we have the cover. We can go ahead and just drop that just like that. Now you go here inside the wheel well on both sides. I'm only going to show you one side because that's all that matters. We're going to go ahead and snap these in right here. Okay, and you're going to make sure that the underneath the wheel well is slid in the right position. I'll show you that when we go under there. Now you want to go ahead and squeeze these till they snap in, just like that. Don't use anything like pliers or anything. They should just grab. Then you have the one that's up here. You're going to go ahead and put in all the screws on the bottom and make sure that you put the bottom flaps in there just like that. You notice that's the middle right there. It's right above the license plate. And then you have two right here. And then you have the last one over there. Park the car with the lights on facing a wall or a garage door so you can measure the light level. The way you adjust the lamp is you're gonna go ahead and put your Phillips right there, and when you turn to the right, it drops the light down. To the left, goes up. And it'll tell you the level that it's moving at by how far this stick is sticking out there. With the lights on facing the wall or the garage door, what you want to do is try to get them about even as you turn that screw. Now that the evening is here, we can do final adjustments to our headlights. Park on a level surface 25 feet away from a garage door. You may want to ensure tire pressure and that the car is loaded as it normally would be. Measure from the ground to the center of the headlight bulb, or some headlights have a special indicator for reference that you can use. My reference will be 30 inches. Transfer this measurement to the garage door using masking tape. This garage door actually has a line right at 30 inches that I can use. You need to be 2 inches below that line with your light or hotspot. You can see it clearly there. Once you make this adjustment, you should be fine. I hope this video helps somebody out there, and please consider subscribing, drop some likes and some comments. If you want more content like this, please let me know. Oh wait, I did promise to tell you how this all ended up. So about a month later, the customer did call me to tell me that the same headlight went out again. And this is unfortunate because that headlight cost about $1,500. This is a true Toyota part from the dealership by Toyota. Now that part though comes with a warranty, which the dealership is saying that they're gonna go ahead and cover. But this also now places the engine bay wiring harness in suspicion. So I asked some more targeted questions. When I talked to the customer, they began to tell me that this car had been in a pretty bad accident and it may actually have a salvage title. This means that that wiring harness may have an intermittent problem, or there may be quite a bit more going on here. So this is one of those times that you need to know when something is beyond your capabilities and you may have to get some help in diagnosing the issue. I've offered the customer some free repair work or some type of way to reconcile the situation, because I take it personal when I get a callback. I get very few callbacks, if any at all. So I take something like this personally because I like doing this. It's fun for me and I want customers to trust what I do and how I do it.